again, and welcome back to my channel. This one's a little bit of a departure for me. It's the first time I've tried like a little vlog style video just to give you a little bit of few little updates as to where we're at sort of channel wise. People asking about myself as well, so a little bit of a me update and just some projects I've got in the pipeline and some future projects as well. Firstly, on the channel front, we're now up to, I checked this morning, we're now up to 650 subscribers. So thank you very much for subscribing to the channel. And in regards to like the videos and stuff, the reviews have been really well received, particularly like the Ferex stuff, the belt sander, and the first review I did, the £20 impact driver. That is by far head and shoulders above anything else my most popular video since I uploaded it. So thank you for that, and thanks very much for the comments as well. You know, real positive stuff, constructive feedback, and also offering me some help and support and some different ideas. So thank you very much for that. Second, in regards to actual myself and my own rehabilitation and recovery, again in the comments section, people asking me questions and sharing stories as well, which has really been really interesting. I've had some like kind of real positive news recently. I've seen it's been 3 consultants now, and the most recent consultant, the positive in my forecast and for my rehabilitation, and the prognosis hopefully is looking pretty good. The nerve itself that I damaged in my neck and into my shoulder is healing well, which is, as you might know, resulted in the loss of movement in my shoulder, my right arm and my right hand. I've started to regain some minor movements in my fingers and my thumb, which is great, and I'm looking hopefully in the next sort of 12 to 18 months regaining some more functional use of my hands, so you know, lifting, twisting, being able to pick up a brew or a pint maybe. So that's been really kind of positive, and it's nice to be able to have some kind of positive focus looking forward in terms of me my rehab and recovery from the injury. So I just thought those people who've been asking about what's going on, I thought I'd just give you a little update. And finally, sort of, although I've not uploaded any videos the last couple of weeks, just a little bit about current projects. I've got quite a lot going on at the moment, so current projects and future projects as well. I'm still working on my chopping board resin type projects. I've got a really nice piece of, I think it's pronounced Zebrano, it's like a live edge board but really thick, so I've been cutting that up, and my next video actually, it's going to be involving that with a resin side for a serving platter, but also I have made some mistakes on it, so I'm going to put it out there showing the mistakes I made. I didn't even follow my own advice from a previous video, stupidly, so just to show you where I've gone wrong and where I've rectified it to kind of make sure I don't make that mistake again. I've actually been doing quite a bit in the house as well. It's the house we live, we've been here for 5 or 6 years now. It's not ours, we rent it, but our landlord's very good and I don't mind doing a few little jobs. But I've been doing some decorating, and I didn't bother uploading a video of it, like, but I made some of our own sort of skirting board with some MDF, just a dead simple round over bit over the top to replace the skirting boards that were in the lounge, because it's a very old house, and I've ripped up wires, old BT wires, and there must have been enough wiring to do a lap around the Hydron Collider thing. It was absolutely incredible. None of them connected to anything. So, and it had about 4 coats of gloss paint over the top of these all these old wires. So we ripped all that up, and then we put down some new skirting boards as well. I'll show a couple of pictures of like a before type thing and an after type thing, and it's made a big difference. I've also painted the lounge. Now, don't laugh, but it's taken me a month to do. Just only been able to do a bit at a time, and going back to it and sort of stuff, because I'm trying to mix it up. Obviously it can't interfere with my physio and my rehabilitation stuff, but it was a real sense of accomplishment when I finished it at the end, and I was kind of really, you know, kind of really happy that part of the woodworking thing is and just kind of doing this kind of stuff is not a feeling of being completely useless anymore. That you can still do stuff and you can try and be independent as best you can. So I was really kind of happy about that. I've started work on the landing, and I'm also going to look at doing some storage for underneath the stairs. The doors that are on underneath the stairs are horrible, to be honest. It's covered in gloss. The whole house is covered in gloss paint, and I can't stand the stuff. But I'm going to do some Peter Millard style shaker doors for under the stairs. I looked again. I watched it a couple of times. I think it was Peter's very first video, so I've still got plenty of this 25mm MDF, which in 100mm strips that the timber yard cut for me. So I'm going to make some doors. That's a future project for under the stairs, and I'm also going to do some pull-out shoe storage where it comes down on an angle. I've watched a couple of videos again online for that. So there's two future projects which I'll end up doing videos for as well. And another building project that's going to be upcoming is I'm going to build a storage type shed for outside for Pam's bike and the lawnmower as well. I've got a little clip that should play, I think, hopefully now, of when I'm going into the garage just to start doing a few bits and pieces, to start doing my projects. Before I get to do anything, I have to pull the lawnmower out, and I have to pull the bike out because it's in the centre part and they're in the way. And particularly with the weather, it's been awful the last couple of weeks. You've then got to kind of cover those things up because they're out in the rain, and it just takes ages. So I thought, actually, I'm going to do it. I'm going to build a bike shed stroke lawnmower type shed thing. The difference, I've looked at a few videos online, but I'm going to do it slightly different because I'm going to build it in kind of a modular setup, because I can only do a bit at a time. And it's going back to that thing I was saying previous about wanting to be independent. I've got friends and family who are always offering to come and give me a hand with things and stuff, and I'm really am genuinely very grateful for that. But I also want to venture into this woodworking thing going, I want to do as much as I can independently on my own, to going back to that thing, prove to myself I'm not useless, and get myself back to that kind of trying to be as independent as possible whilst learning new skills as well. So I'm going to build the actual shed thing in sections. So I'm going to build the sides with sort of an OSB inside with treated like 3x2 or something on the and then some slats to go on the outside. I'll build the base and the roof and the back part all in sections, and I can cover them up because it's going to take me quite a long time to do this. And then once I've got all those done, I can then get one of my friends or family member to come down for the day, and we can put it. We can just assemble it. Hopefully it'll only take a couple of hours or something. So obviously I can't lift an 8x4 roof onto some things on the top myself. So, but I think if I do it that way, I can take my time. I can build it in sections, and then I can look at getting somebody's help in and then doing the assembly thing. One final thing just before I go, conscious of the fact I've been waffling on, is I've made the kind of decision to invest in some more tools with a view to doing a little bit of a part-time, not business. So yeah, I suppose it is a business in a sense, selling things that I've been making. So the chopping boards, candle holders, the LED lights, and going to go into some like penny tables, some mini coffee tables, wood and resin sort of things. So I'm going to invest a little bit in some machinery to do that. So I won't do reviews straight away. You might see me using some new tools, but I want to get to grips with them in the next sort of 3 or 4 months, and then I can do like a retrospective look at them, as opposed to it's just come out the box. I've run it through. I've cut 2 things with it, and then I'm going to tell you how amazing it is. I'd rather use it for over different things. I've got a new table saw which has arrived, and I've got some other things that I'm going to be looking at to get in the next few weeks. So really put them through the paces, and then I can kind of give an honest assessment of what I think of them, and is it suitable for someone, you know, who might have lived sort of limited mobility, or some of the other people I've been talking to, people who've like maybe aren't sort of lost the use of a dominant hand, but have things like arthritis, so they've got limited grip strength and that kind of thing. So that's coming up as well in the coming months. And I'd just like to thank you again for your support. Always love to hear the feedback in the comments sections. Anything you have to say, positive or negative, keep in touch with us. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Thank you.